last Thursday, and we decided to observe Equality Rights for Women Day, which is a national thing. The President Obama did a proclamation concerning this. This is our button. It's a man's world unless women vote. And of course we want men to vote too. But we're celebrating women's suffrage, women getting the right to vote. And it's really important to remember, although this is the 95th anniversary of women's suffrage, it was not until the 60s that all women got to vote with the Civil Rights Act. So our African American sisters were not allowed to vote until the 60s, and you and I both know of Southern rules that were in place to even prevent that. So we're here to observe and celebrate and honor those that came to and did the work. They were jailed, they were force-fed, they were beaten, and all of those kinds of things. And we really hope women will register and vote, and we're actually open today and people can stop and register to vote.
What are some of the issues that still exist today that women should be fighting for equality?
Well, we're concerned about equal pay, of course. We're concerned about maternity leave. We're concerned about the attack on women's health. We are concerned about all of these issues that affect the quality of life for women as well as our whole culture. So there's a lot to be done.
I'm Jennifer Montzinger. I'm president of Jackson County Democratic Women, and we are here this afternoon to celebrate two things. Today is the anniversary of Women's Equality Day, celebrating the right to vote for women. And August of this month, I believe the 19th, was also the 95th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which legally gave women the right to vote in federal elections. So we are here simply demonstrating support for women voters and encouraging those who are not registered to get registered, because voting matters, particularly for women.
Okay.
I'm Sue Ellen Bridgers, and I'm a resident of Sylva, Jackson County. And I'm so happy that this event was planned and that I have an opportunity to stand out here in the hot sun and remind people of the hard-won fight for women to vote 95 years ago, what courage it took for those women. And I'm hoping that we're reminding people passing by that if they're not registered, women, if they're not registered, that they should. It's a responsibility, but it is also a privilege to be able to vote. And I hope that there are going to be some children coming by, some young women who will notice us and think, that's important. I want to vote when my turn comes. So I'm really excited that Myrtle was willing to put this together and for us to be here in front of the Democratic headquarters. And that you were here filming us.
I'm Luke Hyde, chair of the 11th District for the North Carolina Democratic Party, and I'm here today to support these good women who are standing up for equal suffrage in this country. Since 1215, when the Magna Carta was signed, people of both sexes are presumed to be equal. We've worked hard on it, but many places have some ground to go. So I wanted to come and support the good effort today and to urge all men in the 11th District, all men in North Carolina, all men in this nation, support the efforts of women, because women spend time raising our children, they spend time teaching our children, they are equal partners in the quest for a democratic republic. I commend all of you today for what you're doing. I urge other male members, be more supportive of the women and girls in your family.
I have been an activist almost all my working life. I was the executive director for the National Committee on Pay Equity, which works on wage discrimination for women and people of color primarily. I also was in the labor movement representing flight attendants at one point, nurses at another.
Okay. And can you talk a little bit about what are some of the issues of inequality that still exist for women today?
Well, one major issue is still the wage gap. Women earn about 75 cents on the dollar compared to men for doing essentially the same work. We also are not at the highest levels of corporate America in the proportion that we really should be. And that probably explains another problem that women and their families are having, which is paid family leave. We of course have family leave today required under the law for certain sized corporations, but it's not paid, so you really lose a large portion of your income if you want to be at home with a new member of the family or a sick member of the family. So the entire issue of working families is really represented, I think, through the women's movement. But it really doesn't just benefit women, it benefits families in general. The efforts to try to improve working conditions for women, increase benefits, provide equal pay for equal work, those things help our families and not just the women. It's always important to be in touch with your representatives, your senators, your congresspeople. Fair pay legislation is out there, but it is not getting the kind of support in Congress. I urge people to contact their local representatives and their senators, those who work in Washington, to support the fair pay legislation. You can also contact the White House, of course. But another form of activism, and I think on an important level, is really in the local communities and in the local businesses. Those who are doing the hiring need to consider that women are as valuable as their co-workers and need to pay them accordingly and need to give them the benefits that make them comfortable at work. They need to provide the benefits so that women want to stay at that workplace, such as paid family medical leave. I think it would be very beneficial if the CEOs themselves took paid family medical leave and acted as a role model within their corporation. That this is acceptable, that it doesn't mean that you, if you take family leave, that you're less valuable or less committed to your job. So a lot can be done within local business, but of course we need pressure at the legislative level as well. But the pay equity, equal pay is definitely an issue that all women across all parties talk about. That I can tell you. There is almost no issue that unites women more than the issue of equal pay for equal work, because it affects not only their salary, it affects their retirement, and it's not about whether you're a professional or whether you're in the working class. All women at all levels are affected by that discriminatory practice.